All right, let's dive into something that's going to take you right back. We're talking about a poem that gets to the very heart of childhood creativity. Today, we're going to unpack Block City by Robert Louis Stevenson and really explore the incredible, lasting power of imagination. Okay, just for a second, I want you to go back. Can you remember sitting on the living room floor, just surrounded by a pile of wooden blocks? You know that feeling, right? That you could build absolutely anything? Well, that's the exact feeling we're going to dive into today.
So every great creation has to start somewhere, right? It starts with a spark. Let's see how this poem sets the stage for, well, an incredible act of building.
So the scene starts out really simple, almost, ordinary. It's a rainy day, the kind of day where you could get so bored so easily. But not for our young builder here. Nope. With just a pile of blocks, the great indoors becomes this amazing canvas for a whole new world.
And I mean, this is the attitude, right? The poem just kicks off with this fantastic declaration. It's like, yeah, others can go wander around outside, but me, I can be totally happy, totally fulfilled right here, building at home. It's this amazing sense of purpose found right on the living room floor.
So who's the genius behind this poem? Well, it's none other than Robert Louis Stevenson. You probably know him from these huge, epic adventures like Treasure Island, right? So it's really no surprise that he was an absolute master at capturing that feeling of adventure, even when the entire adventure just takes place inside your head.
All right, so the stage is set. Now for the really fun part. Let's see how a few simple blocks get transformed into this huge, sprawling, magical kingdom. Okay, this is the moment. This is pure magic. This is where everyday stuff, furniture, just completely transforms. That sofa? It's not a sofa anymore. It's a towering mountain range. And the carpet? Well, that's now a vast rolling sea. Just incredible.
And look at this. It just perfectly captures that transformation, doesn't it? The regular old living room just fades away. And in its place, we get to see what the child is seeing. A truly magnificent city, a busy harbor, a whole world just brought to life out of nothing.
So you might be wondering, how does Stevenson make this all sound so grand, so epic? Well, he uses this really clever writer's trick. It's a literary device called inversion. All it means, really, is that you flip the normal order of words in a sentence to give them a little more punch, a little more emphasis.
So instead of saying something plain like, "I'll establish a city for me there," he flips it around. "There, I'll establish a city for me." You hear that? It just sounds more formal, more powerful, almost like a king making a royal decree, right? It's such a clever little touch.
Okay, so we've got our landscape, but a city is more than just mountains and a sea, right? You need details. So let's look at what makes this block city feel like a real living place.
And wow, the details are just fantastic. I mean, we're not just talking about a couple of towers, we're talking castles, palaces, a kirk, that's an old-timey word for a church, by the way, a mill, a harbor with ships. There's even a huge palace with its own tower. He is literally building an entire civilization here, right down to kings showing up with presents.
And get this, it's not a silent city. This line is so important. Hark, that means listen. The kid is so deep into this world that he can actually hear sailors singing on the ships. The city has sound, it has action, it's a living, breathing place. But, well, as we all know from being kids, playtime has to end eventually. And this is where the poem takes a bit of a turn and starts to look at just how temporary, how fragile this whole amazing creation really is. And just like that, it's over. As quickly as it was built, the spell is broken. The game is done. And with that one simple decision, the whole magical city just goes back to what it always was, just a pile of blocks on the floor.
Man, there's such a finality in this line, isn't there? Now I have done with it. It's a conscious choice. The builder is also the destroyer. And in one single moment, poof, the whole town is gone. It really drives home how temporary these physical creations can be.
And then he asks this question that just hangs there. After all that work, all that incredible imagination, when the blocks are all knocked down, what is actually left? It's a really powerful moment that makes you stop and think. And of course, that question is another one of those clever poetic tricks. It's a rhetorical question. He's not looking for the answer, a pile of blocks. No, he's asking it to make us think and to set up the poem's final beautiful point about what was really built that day. So, let's get to the answer to that big question.
what is it that actually lasts?
And the answer is definitely not nothing, because even though the physical city made of blocks is totally gone, the experience, the act of creating it, that built something much, much stronger, something permanent.
And here it is, the brilliant answer. The whole city is perfectly preserved in his memory. He can just close his eyes and see it all again. The kirk, the palace, the ships on the sea. That picture in his head is just as real, just as vivid as the physical blocks ever were.
And this is the poem's incredible conclusion. It's not just a memory, it's a promise. It's a testament to the unbelievable power of a kid's imagination. It's not something he'll just remember for a day or two. He's saying he'll remember it for his entire life, no matter where he goes.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? The real creation, the thing that actually lasts, wasn't a city of blocks you could knock over in a heartbeat. The true creation was the city built inside his mind, that permanent, untouchable city we build in our memories.
And that really leaves us with one last thought to chew on. Think about it. The forts you made from couch cushions, the kingdoms you ruled in the backyard, maybe the galaxies you explored under your bed. What imaginary worlds from your childhood do you still carry around with you?